The cabbage pole is one of the most underwhelming plants in PvZ2. There is literally no point in using this plant because it's a slightly worse pea shooter and there is no roof level like there was in the first game. So I wondered if it is possible to beat PvZ2 with cabbage poles only. Of course not, because this plant is absolute dog water and its life as an offensive cabbage is meaningless. However, there are its cousins such as the kernel pole and melon poles, which are way more powerful than the cabbage. So I wondered if it is possible to beat PvZ2 with catapult plants only. But before we start the challenge, what exactly is a catapult? According to Google, a catapult is a forked stick with an elastic band fastened to the two prongs used by children for shooting small stones. Wait a second, there aren't any children in PvZ2. How am I supposed to do this challenge? Oh wait, what? That was the British definition of a catapult? So what is a catapult then?
To hurl or launch something with or as if with a catapult, which looks like this.
So now that we have that out of the way, what are the rules? Catapult plants only, which does not apply to conveyor belt and other gimmick levels. No leveling plants, and no power-ups. Okay, sweet. Now let's get on with the video. We begin on day 5 of the tutorial, since we didn't unlock the cabbage pole earlier. This level is simple. We win by placing cabbages. Now we get the hot sauce and go to Egypt. Go on to day 1 of ancient Egypt and immediately fail the challenge by placing a sunflower. So we have to restart and do it again. We win the level easily by spamming cabbage poles plant food. Day 2 is the power up tutorial, which we don't use any since they're not allowed. So instead we spam the cabbages and win the level where you're meant to use the power-ups without any power-ups. Day 3 we get introduced to the sun-stealing zombie. I don't know what his name is, but he has to be the most useless zombie. Maybe more pointless than the cabbage pole. No offense, cabbage pole, I love you. Anyways, this guy just stands there for like 3 seconds and slowly sucks up the sun, even if it's getting bombarded by cabbages. Like, do you want to survive? We clear the level and unlock the bloomerang, which is in a catapult, but I thought I'd mention him because he's just a cool looking guy. But I need to ask you, the viewer, something. What plant is this guy supposed to be? I need someone to tell me in the comments below. And, oh yeah, day 4 is a conveyor belt level, so we skip over that. Moving on to day 5, we have a great start by nearly failing the challenge again by almost placing a sunflower. And guess what? I used my first lawnmower of the run. Apart from that, we cleared the level successfully. Day 6 was another conveyor belt level, so we can skip over that. Day 7 was a simple day where we just spammed cabbages to win. And also, I was making plant food sounds for some reason. I mean, if I was already going insane, how am I realistically gonna beat this challenge? Day 8, we get introduced to the torch zombies, which aren't that big of a deal, honestly, because we are gonna place the cabbages in the back row. This day also confirmed my insanity, as I was just humming the background music the entire run. Oh, is that the last wave? Yes. I mean, I could have just been vibing to the music, but who knows? After we beat the level, EA wants me to waste money on this terrible bundle. I mean, look at it. It's $5 for this absolute rip-off. Day 9 was another simple day. We spammed cabbages and also spammed the plant food. After we beat this level, EA shoves the first ad down our throats. So during one of these ads, I will tell you a fact about cabbages. Starting with the next ad, this will take place. Day 10 was just another day of cabbage pole spam. You see, the first couple of levels are really easy because the zombies are really weak. We haven't really seen any bucket heads or hordes of cone heads, so killing these zombies with cabbage pole spam is easy. Oh, hey, an ad. Did you know that cabbage is considered Russia's national food? Russians eat more than 7 times as much cabbage as the average North American. Day 11 doesn't let us pick our plants, so we can skip over that because it is time for another random fact about cabbages. Did you know cabbage has been a staple food in many cultures for centuries? It is believed to have originated in Europe and was cultivated by the ancient Greeks and Romans. Day 12 has some terrible news. The introduction of the zombie makes the difficulty of ancient Egypt spike massively. The Pharaoh zombie is a problem for our little bros because they can't deal enough damage to kill one of them. So in this level, we lose not one, not two, not three, but 4 lawnmowers. Okay, so this ad didn't load, so I guess you're safe from another cabbage fact. Day 13 is a mold colony level, which could be problematic because Catapult always takes 1.2 seconds to hit the target, no matter where it is. So a zombie could literally be consuming him, but no matter what, he is still going to take 1.2 seconds to hit and kill the zombie. However, we clear the level with ease because the zombies are fairly weak. Hey, what's this? Another ad? Did you know cabbage is from the family Cruciferae? The family name comes from the Latin word meaning cross because the flowers are cross-shaped. Day 14 was also another fairly easy level, apart from one Pharaoh zombie which ripped through all our cabbages. Jesus Christ, EA, another ad? You have given me 4 ads in the span of 5 levels. You know what? I don't want to say a fun fact about cabbages. Day 15 is an easy day because I can abuse the sunflowers given to me in this level, so I can place a whole cabbage army. Day 16 was another day of cabbage spam, and we win the level by using the lawnmower. Day 17 was a limited amount of plants level, but that doesn't matter because we'll never be able to produce enough sun to get that many cabbages. Day 18 is the first last stand level, so this is going to be fun. What I mean by fun is making a whole army of cabbages and pelting the zombies' heads off with cabbages. It's just so satisfying to see that. Day 19 is a mold colony level, which means we can't plant our cabbages at the back row. So this allows the zombies to take 3 of our mowers since they are slightly stronger than the ones we saw in the last colony level. Day 20 is a level where we have to protect these sunflowers. We use these sunflowers to build up an army of cabbages and clear the level. Day 21, we get access to the kernel pulp and melon pulp in this level, which is weird because they aren't even Egypt plants, but it's whatever. So for some reason, I decided not to use the melon pulp. So we win this level using cabbage and kernel pulp only. Day 22 was the hardest level yet. I remember taking like 35 minutes to beat it. The problem is there are bucket heads and Pharaoh zombies in this level. Combined with the fact that we can't place plants in the first column makes them really hard to kill, so we're gonna have to strategize. We let the first zombie die to a lawnmower. This buys us time to place 2 cabbages at the bottom to kill a conehead. Then we use the infamous edging strat to stall for sun so we can place more cabbages to kill the zombies in the other rows. Then a Pharaoh zombie spawns in row 3. We don't actually care about this guy since he dies to a lawnmower. The same also goes to the bucket head in row 4. Then the final wave eventually comes, leaving us with 2 lawnmowers in row 1 and row 5, which is where 2 Pharaoh zombies spawn, so we easily kill them. However, we don't even need to use the mower in row 1, since that Pharaoh zombie dies to the cabbages. We win the level. Day 23 was honestly way easier than day 22, since the only zombie that was really difficult to kill was the Gargantua, which dies to a lawnmower. I beat this first try, although I did use 3 lawnmowers. Day 24 was a last stand level, which we just spam cabbages to win and somehow lose 2 lawnmowers with this army, but that doesn't matter since this is the last actual level, and that means this episode is over since day 25 is a conveyor belt level and also the Zomboss fight. In conclusion, I thought this world was pretty easy, not gonna lie.
Sunflower.
Today is going to be a very interesting episode because we are going to unlock the kernel pole. But before we do that, we still have to complete the first day, which was a breeze. The good old cabbage spam is actually still very effective in this world, as there are no strong zombies, as you will see in the later levels. Day 2, we used the kernel pole to beat this level. I've always wondered why this guy throws butter. Like, where does it come from? Does it just magically appear out of thin air? Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me, since butter stuns zombies for a whole 5 seconds. Like, how does butter paralyze zombies? I really don't get this guy. Day 3 felt like another day 2, so I'ma just skip to day 4, which was a bit harder since bucket heads spawn in this level. These bucket heads have their helmets made of wood, which I think should be weaker than the normal steel buckets. But no, they just aren't, and also play metal sounds for some reason. Day 5, we ran into some problems. I mean, see for yourself, the problem is that the kernel pulp doesn't do enough damage to deal with these zombies. But my nitwit brain didn't realize this until much later, and continued using him to deal with these top level threats. And guess what happened on day 6? The exact same thing happened. Hordes of zombies threatened my pirate ship and took out my defenses twice. Luckily, things went well enough on attempt 3. What I mean by well enough is losing 3 lawnmowers, which wait, why are they on a pirate ship? In fact, why are there lawnmowers in these weird places? The lawnmower was invented in 1830. Pirate Seas takes place in 1679. This also means like half these worlds should not have lawnmowers. Okay, I'll promise to stop the waffling now. So let's get on to day 7, which went way better than the previous day, even with the introduction of the barrel rolling zombie, because we can do direct damage to them since we are using catapult plants. Day 8 is a conveyor belt level. I won't be saying facts while an ad plays this time, I guess to change things up, plus they're annoying even while editing the video. I got like 5 Rise of Kingdom ads during the last episode, so I can't be bothered to go through that again. I might say the facts again during the ads if you guys like it that way. For now, I'ma just say them during the levels like these, starting from the next one. On day 9, a single buckethead just solos an entire row and removes a lawnmower from our ship. Everything else went pretty smoothly, up until the final wave where we had to clutch up with this plant food. Day 10 was probably one of the most easiest days yet. There isn't very much to say apart from the fact that the seagulls die like this. But for some reason, this is hilarious to me, and honestly I don't really know why. Anyways, we cleared the level without having to lose any lawnmowers. Moving on to day 11, this was an easy day with only 1 lawnmower lost, but we did have to clutch up with some plant food. I also think I got my strategy down during this level, which is to place kernel pulps in all the water lanes and place cabbage pulps only in the lanes with land on them. We clear this level and move on to the next one. Day 12 is this fun little coconut cannon level, which I wish there was more of in this world. Anyways, here's a fun fact. Did you know corn comes from Mexico? The first ancient farmers to cultivate corn were the native people of the North American continent in an area that would become present-day Mexico. About 10,000 years ago, it would soon become a popular crop across North America, and after Christopher Columbus expeditions, corn became a staple food in Europe as well. Day 13 forces us to use sunflowers to produce enough sun. They are still fine to use since this is a gimmick level. We still have to use catapults to beat the level. This day introduces the Captain Zombie, which isn't that big of a deal. Unfortunately, we do lose 1 lawnmower to a buckethead. Apart from that, the level was fairly easy. Day 14 is a last stand level. So we make an army of kernel pulps to kill these zombies, except for the fact that I forgot they do no damage, so we lose a lawnmower. Day 15 already has a 3-peater placed for us, which is nice. The 3-peater actually kinda looks like the Pokemon Bellsprout. If Bellsprout had 3 heads, of course. Anyways, on my first attempt of this level, I lose because I suck. On the second attempt, I decide to use kernel pulps on the land lanes to stop the zombies from getting to the flowers, which surprisingly works. So we win the level. And moving on to day 16, where we have to protect these spring beans. This day wasn't that hard since I just abused spring beans plant food. We cleared the level without much effort. Day 17 we have to kill a specific amount of zombies in a specific amount of time, which was pretty easy. That was just like a regular level, so we beat the level. Day 18 doesn't let us pick our plants, so here's a fact. Did you know corn is a fruit because it comes from the seed or flower of a plant, similar to tomatoes? Day 19 was an extremely easy day, even though we couldn't let the zombies trample the flowers. It was another produce sun level, so sunflowers were allowed. This meant we could spam a load of plants. The zombies were also really weak for some reason. This led us to winning. Day 20 was another produce sun level. This level was also extremely easy. The last two levels haven't had any bucket heads. It actually feels like I'm back at day 1. Day 21 was also another produce sun level. Like seriously, why did they put 3 of these levels in a row? You can imagine this went really easy, because it did. It did go really easy. However, I can't say the same for day 22. These bloody imps were too much. Literally tried everything with the cabbage and kernel pult, but nothing seemed to work. There were about 1 million imps on my screen, so we needed a solution. So I rented the winter melon, which absolutely carried me through this level. So you see, the thing about the winter melon is, it's absolutely broken. First of all, it does splash damage. It does like damage around where it hits a zombie. So it like hits other lanes, you know? It hits multiple targets, that's what I'm trying to get at. It also applies the chill effect, whatever you call, which slows down zombies. Day 23 did not have any strong zombies. I actually feel like it's actually gotten easier since there were no bucket heads in this level. I feel like they've actually like forgot to put half of these zombies introduced into these levels, because I just feel like they're all just missing. It's just cone heads and basics. And also, I have not seen that captain zombie for like years, bro. That captain zombie with that parrot, I've only seen him for like 2 levels, bro. Day 24 was a bit harder because I lost on the first attempt. You can't blame me though. The spring bean is such a dog water plant. In the next attempt, however, we do manage to pull through and win. And guess what? Day 25 is the boss level. So that means the day is over. In conclusion, I thought this world was also pretty easy. The lack of bucket heads and other strong zombies in this level made this level maybe like, you could say, easier than Egypt. Sunflower. Day 1 came with a pre-placed pea shooter on a minecart. We spammed the cabbage bolt and won the level. This day wasn't that hard, since it is the first level. Day 2 was a bit harder. I came across that one zombie that goes behind you. I don't remember his name. Also, there were bucket heads, which were a bit inconvenient. We beat the level easily. Day 3 introduced the piano zombie, which wasn't that much of a problem since we just spammed Cabbage Pult's plant food to kill all the zombies, since they were all just basics and cone heads. Day 4 was a conveyor belt level, so here's a fact. Did you know mushrooms aren't even plants? That's right, PopCap has been lying to you. Therefore, the game name should be Plant Plus Mushrooms versus Zombies. On day 5 we got introduced to the Poncho zombie, which I definitely didn't just search up what his name is, because I definitely didn't forget. We lost 2 lawnmowers because Cabbage Pult doesn't deal enough damage to these guys, since they have a chance to spawn with a metal grate which has the same toughness as a bucket head. It is fine though, as we still clear through the level. Day 6 was a last stand level, which you would think was really easy since it was a last stand level, but no. Just see how this went. This is actually so annoying. Wait. No way. No way. No way, bro. This buffoon went up here. That's right, the zombie just killed himself, which was just pure RNG. Day 7 brings back the Poncho zombie, which honestly wasn't that big of a deal this level, and I don't really know why, since they were a struggle to deal with on day 5. Maybe because I spammed more kernel pults, or it could be the fact that there was more plant food given to me from killing zombies in this level, but I could be wrong. Day 8 was a conveyor belt level, so here's a fact. The catapult was used by the Greeks and Romans. The Romans did not invent the catapult, they only improved on the design developed by the Greeks in the 4th century BC. The first documented use of a catapult was in the 7th century BC by King Uzziah of Judah. So I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Day 9 didn't let us pick our plants. Even though I could use any plant for this level, I decided to only use Wintermelon, because he is very overpowered. I beat the level first try, only using him. When we unlock this guy, we might use him all the time, but the 500 sun cost will probably prevent us from using him. Chicken! This is gonna be such a pain, bro. Day 10 was really hard. This is because the chicken wrangler is introduced, which is probably our biggest nightmare. Because if you didn't already know, when you hit this zombie, it will spawn like 50 zombified chickens in 3 different lanes. And when your plant can only shoot like once in every 10 years, it becomes a problem, since these guys move like they're the Flash. At first, I tried the level only using cabbage and Catapult, which went as well as you would expect. After that, I rented Sticky Bomb Rice, which is absolutely broken, as you will see in the later levels, but unfortunately it doesn't do well against chicken zombies. After a few attempts with Sticky Bomb Rice, which I definitely got legitimately, I decided to add another catapult to our roster, the Turkey Pult, which I definitely also got legitimately, who fires green turkeys at the zombies. He honestly isn't as powerful, but he is our only counter to the chicken zombies, as our turkeys one-shot the chickens and can continue to destroy them. I could have used the Slimpy, but I don't know if that's catapulty enough to be classified as a catapult, so I might make a poll after this video. Even though we unlocked the Turkey Pult, it took me a few more attempts to beat this level, but we eventually pulled through. Day 11 was miles easier than the previous level, even if we are capped to only use a maximum of 500 sun. The plant Sticky Bomb Rice has to be one of the best plants in the game, since it can shoot in a total of 3 lanes, has splash damage, and can shoot backwards. Did I mention he stuns the zombie he hits? Day 12 was the conveyor belt level, so here's a fact. Chickens have better color vision than us. Like humans, chickens have color vision and are able to see red, green and blue light. However, what makes chicken vision unique from ours is that they are also able to see ultraviolet light, which are the colors you see when using a black light. Oh yeah, after this we unlocked the watermelon. Day 13 introduced the bull riding zombie. He isn't that bad to be honest, since we just spam Sticky Bomb Rice. Day 14 sucked. Chicken zombie is annoying. I had to restart like 10 times. This day was probably just as bad or worse than day 10. I probably don't need to explain why this level sucked, so I'm not even gonna bother explaining to you what happened. And that's why I wrote, so yeah. In contrast, day 15 only took a total of 1 minute and 44 seconds to beat. It was definitely because of the fact that Sticky Bomb Rice is currently our best plant and might be for the rest of the challenge. On day 16 we had to protect a walnut, which was easy enough because he's a walnut. Apart from that, we spammed Sticky Bomb Rice and win. Day 17 was a bit harder. Bull riding zombies were annoying because they couldn't trample the flowers, otherwise we would lose. My question is, why does Crazy Dave have flowers in the middle of some random desert in the past? I mean, I guess they don't call him Crazy Dave for no reason. This level only took a couple attempts to beat. Day 18 actually looked impossible. I can't lie, there was so many chicken zombies. However, the melon pult and turkey pult combo was actually crazy good, so it only took me like 3 attempts to beat this last stand level. Day 19 was more Sticky Bomb Rice spam, so this level went by pretty fast. Day 20 is a conveyor belt level, so here's a fact. Did you know watermelon is made of 90% water? Day 21 was a bit harder because of these annoying flowers, but after a few attempts we succeeded. Day 22 doesn't let us pick our plants, so here's a fact. Did you know chickens are capable of dreaming? That's right, chickens demonstrate REM, rapid eye movement, when sleeping, which means they are capable of dreaming, which I find pretty cool. Day 23 is our first impossible level. I spent like 5 hours trying to beat this level. We cannot do anything about the chicken zombies just running past the flowers. Even if I got the sap fling legitimately to help with this, it doesn't really help. We'll skip past this level and try again later. Day 24 is our last actual level. We have to protect 3 walnuts from zombies. This level was actually pretty easy as I beat it on the first try. The chicken zombies weren't even that bad to be honest. Day 25 is the boss level, which means this video is over. In conclusion, I thought this world was also pretty hard. Thank God that it is over, and I don't have to deal with the chicken zombies next episode. Wait a second. The next world is Frostbite Caves. Who's that guy down there?
Sunflower.
Frostbite Caves, the world filled with all of this stuff and animal enslavement. From the beavers being strapped onto the lawnmowers to the zombies riding overweight dodos, this world is a prime example of animal abuse. Oh wait, this is a video game. I can kill as many of these animals as I want. Starting with day 1, we get introduced to 2 new world gimmicks, slider tiles and freezing. Slider tiles slide the zombies to a different lane, and freezing renders plants useless, unless you thaw them out using heat or damage. For example, in this level, both of Crazy Dave's nuts are frozen, but using explosive damage, we can free them. Nothing crazy happens this level, but we will face harder levels when we get introduced to new zombies. Why does this guy look so weird, bro? On day 2, we get introduced to freezing winds, which freezes our plants, and for some reason I decided to use Catapults, which deal little damage, and because of that we lose 2 lawnmowers at the end of the level. Day 3 was a conveyor belt level. Why do they have 9 conveyor belts in this world? It makes the game feel boring and repetitive. On day 4, we are introduced to the snowball guy. This guy throws snowballs which can freeze plants. He also holds a massive bone in his hand. That's irrelevant, so don't get distracted by that. Already I could feel the difficulty slightly spike. He freezes our plants, which allows the zombies to take 2 mowers. Day 5 didn't stop me from doing catapults only on a conveyor belt level. I didn't place any bonk joy down this level. Those bonk joy were already pre-placed. Day 6 came with 2 pre-placed sunflowers, which I didn't use because I didn't need them to beat this level, so they just remained frozen all game. We also have access to the pepper pot. You can thaw frozen plants adjacent to it. It can also deal splash damage, kinda like a watered down melon bolt since it does less damage. On day 7 we found some very interesting interactions with the sapfling and turkey pot. We found a way to soft lock zombies. Sapfling's slow combined with the fact that the zombies are stuck eating turkey makes the zombie basically frozen in place. Oh yeah, those split peas were pre-placed. Day 8 was another boring conveyor belt level. On day 9 we get introduced to the Dodo Rider. This zombie is just really annoying. First of all, it can move faster than a regular zombie and has nearly the same bolt as a conehead. This makes him a pain to kill with our slow firing catapults. Day 10 was yet another conveyor belt level. No!
Okay, let's talk about day 11. This level actually caused me so much mental suffering. First of all, we are limited to 2 seed slots. Looking back at it, I could have rented a seed slot. Second of all, look at this level design. There is literally no lawn space for us to use. Third, the zombies are actually so annoying. Along with the spam of Dodo Riders, we have blockheads, which are just tankier bucket heads. After like an hour of grinding this level, we finally beat it. Day 12 was a last stand level, so I decided to create the ultimate setup. As you can see, we have the wintermelon and the pepper pot. The pepper pot will thaw the zombies frozen by the wintermelon, therefore making this the most pointless setup. On day 13, I decided to use sticky bomb rice again to have some fun after just beating day 11. If you didn't already notice, I haven't really been using this guy since he's just too broken and he makes the game less challenging. Day 14 didn't let us pick our plants. On day 15, we had to protect these pepper pots. This level was really hard, so I just used sticky bomb rice to kill all of these guys. Day 16 was a conveyor belt level.
Bless me.
Day 17 came with some fume shrooms and charred guards. Apart from that, this day wasn't really that interesting. Day 18 was a conveyor belt level. Day 19 came with some frozen plants, such as the cabbage pulp, which speaking of, you guys wanted me to make a cult praising this guy. We made Bully Cabbage Pulp for just being a bad plant, but he's a cute guy, so we love him. Anyways, we used the infinite stall strat to beat this level. On day 20, we have another encounter with the caveman dude, which you might have seen in the earlier levels. He pushes 3 blocks of ice containing imps. He is by far the weakest zombie introduced since catapults can just shoot over the blocks.
Hey yo, he's holding a bone.
Day 21 is a conveyor belt level.
Hi there, Mr. Weasel Dude, whatever your name is.
Day 22 introduces Mr. Weasel Dude, which when he's damaged, he will spawn multiple weasels. These weasels are slightly slower than the regular chicken zombie, however, they are more tanky. This level was really easy because there were no winds, so we didn't have to use pepper pot. Also, I used sticky bomb rice to deal with the weasels.
Bro, the squirrels need to stop stripping.
Day 23 was significantly harder because they just kept on spamming weasels, so after a couple attempts I beat this level. Day 24 we had to produce 2,500 sun. Even if we had sunflowers on our side, I still managed to find a way to lose. Anyways, on my second attempt, we passed the level. Day 25 was a conveyor belt level.
Come on, no. Unlucky. Where did he come from? Bro, they just appeared out of nowhere.
Day 26 came with some pre-placed sunshrooms. However, there were 3 frozen Mr. Weasel dudes on the lawn. This level was a bit hard because the Weasel zombies just kept on spawning. Day 27 was really easy. There were no Mr. Weasel dudes in sight. Also, we can just freeze a Gargantua now with our plants, which shouldn't be possible since it is one of the strongest zombies in the game. Day 28 was the last stand level. This level was actually really fun. I didn't lose a single plant even though there were some strong zombies in that level. This goes to show that the catapults can be extremely strong if used correctly. Day 29 didn't let us pick our plants. And day 30 is the final level. Lost City. You guys said it would be impossible to beat this world because of one particular zombie. So, will this be the end of the Catapults only challenge? Or will I succeed and move on to the next world? Here's how it went. Day 1 introduces us to a new world gimmick, gold tiles. When a plant is placed on a gold tile, it will immediately give the player 50 sun and produce another 50 sun every 20 seconds. This allows us to set up 2 winter melons along with some sticky bomb rices for some additional firepower. This level was fairly easy, but this is only 1 out of 32 levels we have to beat. It only gets harder as we progress through the game because the zombies will get stronger. Day 2 introduces us to the Lost Pilot zombie. Similar to the Bungee zombie from the first game, you can drop past the defenses, which may not seem that bad, but he almost has double the HP of a basic. It can be quite annoying to deal with this guy, especially because catapults shoot way slower than the other plants. This allows us to lose a lawnmower since I don't really know a way to deal with these guys. However, all the other zombies were fairly weak, allowing us to pass the level. Day 3 was a conveyor belt level. Day 4 introduces us to the excavator zombie. You can dig up plants and throw them behind him. You can also block projectiles going straight forward. Not like that matters because we are using catapults only. The Lost Pilot zombie makes its return and takes 2 of our mowers. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said it's quite annoying. But with the power of the turkey pole, we can take down this level. Day 5 was a conveyor belt level. On day 6, we unlock the ACI, which stands for Autonomous Catapulting Agitomatic Emitter. First of all, who thought of this name? Because it sounds so stupid. Secondly, it has the word catapulting, which is close enough to the word catapult. I know what you're gonna say, but actually, it has a K in it. Yeah, and I know, and I make the rules. The rules are, if it looks like a catapult, it is a catapult. And if a plant has the word pult in it, it's a catapult. Aki is kinda terrible, not gonna lie. It's 175 sun cost, doesn't justify using him. I think I might have used this thing in like a total of 2 levels. Something like Turkey Pult is just way more versatile and cheaper. Day 7 introduces a parasol zombie who can provide protection from lob plants. Wait, hold up. Lob plants? How's he supposed to beat this? Well, you see my friend, I have the power of the turkey pole, which just ignores all of that because it spawns a turkey upon impact. This mean green machine can just kill the parasol zombie without bouncing off its parasol. The turkey just has so much versatility. This day in fact was just really easy. Day 8 didn't let us pick our plants. Day 9 was the conveyor belt level. On day 10 we actually lost this level on my first attempt because I accidentally used the snowball power up. Anyways, on my second attempt it was fairly easy. Turkey pult spam along with some saplings absolutely terminated these zombies. If you combine both of these guys together, you get the ultimate stall setup. The sun tiles allowed us to save up for a winter melon at the end, so we easily cleared the level without using any of our lawnmowers. Day 11 introduces the bug zombie, which can fly, is fast and annoying. At least for this level, it wasn't that bad, but in the later levels, he will make my life miserable. The usual turkey port spam works to kill the zombies, and the abundance of gold tiles allows us to place 2 winter melons just before the final wave. For now, the bug zombies are easily crushed by our winter melons, and we clear the level easily. Oh yeah, they just killed it. How did I lose, bro? Day 12 was a sun production level. I must really suck at these levels because I somehow killed the last zombie before I meet the requirement, and that is when I'm intentionally stalling. I thought this guard would just throw the imp, however it just didn't and it just died. On the second attempt I somehow lost 3 lawnmowers, but that doesn't matter since I just needed to stall the last zombie to win. Day 13 was a conveyor belt level. Day 14 didn't let us pick our plant. On day 15 we have to protect these endangered Aki. I don't get why these Akis deserve special protection. Just defend yourself like the other plants on the lawn are doing. Our increased sun production allows us to plant a bunch of plants and easily beat this level. Day 16 was a conveyor belt level. Day 17 introduces us to the importer. The zombie drops a backpack onto gold tiles which zombies emerge from a tent. This could be a problem because the zombies could easily overwhelm our catapults. However, we do have one plant that could help us out. If you guessed Turkeypult, you would be correct. This level took me a few attempts because I kept restarting to have the perfect start, but the Turkeypult can easily destroy the tents since they have pretty high DPS and can stack on top of each other. Day 18 was a conveyor belt level. Day 19 was such an annoying level. There was so much lost pilot spam in this level, and the zombies just kept on stacking. Turkeypult struggled to keep up since it doesn't do any kind of splash damage. I lost on my first attempt. On my second attempt, I prepared my setup better, and we just managed to keep up with the zombies and win the level. On day 20, we had to sack 2 lawnmowers early because the levels are very fast paced. Sacking these mowers, however, was a good thing because it allowed us to build up sun and plan a better setup. This allowed us to place a lot of turkey bolts and even a melon bolt to deal a bunch of damage to the zombies. With this setup, we can easily sweep through this level unscathed. Day 21 didn't let us pick our plants. Can we talk about Toadstool real quickly? This plant just seems like a better version of Chomper. Apparently, Chomper is so bad that EA even lowered the price of it, which is a shame because Chomper is such a cool looking plant. Day 22 introduces trap tiles, the boulder tile and the fire tile. These tiles both kill plants and zombies. I find this type of level interesting. It's such a shame that we don't get to pick our plants during these levels. To make this level more interesting, I beat it without the use of any sun. Day 23 introduces our toughest zombie yet, the Relic Hunter zombie. Although this zombie may not seem strong at first glance, we can swing past defenses and is bulky as hell, boasting more HP than a Conehead. I'm pretty sure this level was impossible without our friend Sticky Bum Rice, because when I tried with Turkeypult, it couldn't slow the zombie down enough. So you also may be asking, well, what about the Parasol zombie? Surely that counters Sticky Bum Rice? Nope, it doesn't. Sticky Bum Rice just ignores it and kills it anyways. By the way, the final wave looked like this. Pure chaos. Not even Turkeypult could deal with this. On day 24, we had to prevent the zombies from crossing the flower line. This probably would have been impossible without Sticky Bomb Rice. However, Sticky Bomb Rice does have its flaws. Any zombie that is in the air, the bug zombie and even the Relic Hunter and Lost Pilot zombie for some time are immune to Sticky Bomb Rice's attacks. Well, almost immune. You see, it doesn't have to hit the zombie to deal any damage, since it could just deal splash damage if an adjacent land dwelling zombie is nearby. We beat the level, losing 3 lawnmowers along the way due to flying zombies. On day 25, we were limited to only 3 seed slots because it didn't let us pick 5 slots. However, this level was actually extremely easy because there were like a total of 12 zombies during this, and the zombies that they threw at us weren't that tough. There was a grand total of 1 bug zombie during this level, so therefore we don't have to worry about losing any lawnmowers. Day 26 was another fairly easy 2 flag level. The zombies weren't that tough to beat. However, 1 bug zombie did manage to slip past my defenses and take a mower. Apart from that, our plants easily shred through the zombies and we win the level. Day 27 introduces us to the turquoise skull zombie. Yes, that's actually his name. Anyways, he uses the skull to absorb sun, then unleashes energy in a destructive beam. However, you can easily just counter him by just picking up the sun before he sees it. He wasn't a problem at this level, but the amount of zombies was. The problem with this world is that there are way too many zombies that can easily get into your back line, so we lose 3 lawnmowers this level. Day 28 was a trap level. Day 29 sucked. There were too many bug zombies. causing us to lose 4 lawnmowers. It didn't help there were 3 gargs this level. Well, day 29 didn't even compare to day 30. I remember taking several attempts to beat this level because of these stupid mold colonies. Once the zombies crossed that line, it was over, since for some bloody reason, Sticky Bomb Rice prioritizes the zombies at the front instead of the zombies at the back. It also didn't help that there were a ton of bug and relic hunter zombies. After a bunch of try and error, we finally beat this level. This was by far the hardest level in Lost City. Day 31 didn't let us pick our plants, and day 32 was the final level.
On day 1, we get introduced to a lot of stuff. First, let's talk about power tiles. If multiple plants are placed on 2 or more power tiles, the plant food effect will spread to all of the other tiles. Next, let's talk about our new little friend, Blooming Heart. This plant does the same damage as the cabbage bolt, but the damage dealt increases after every hit, up to a maximum of 90 damage, which is even more than Melon Pult. Does it mean Blooming Heart is better than Melon Pult? Obviously not, since Melon Pult does splash damage. Okay, one last little thing. On this day, we get introduced to the jetpack zombie. This zombie can fly over plants and is slightly more bulky than a basic. This thing is also really fast. This level wasn't hard at all. On day 2, we get introduced to the shield zombie. This guy can create a force field which spans across 3 lanes. This force field blocks projectiles coming at him. This zombie is irritating at its worst, but not the hardest zombie to deal with in this world. We do have a plant which can bypass the force field, but we didn't use it until later on, since he would be too broken. And hey, I want to make this challenge challenging. With Blooming Heart's high damage, we can easily destroy the force field, and it makes clearing this level a breeze. On day 3, we get introduced to the Bug Bot Imp, who can fall from the sky during a bot swarm. He is tougher than the other imps, and his speed is hungry. I'm not kidding, that's what actually PopCap called his speed. Maybe all the fast people in the world are just really hungry, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Anyways, for this day, we only use Cabbage Pults. Speaking of Cabbage Pults, I'm selling Cabbage Pult VIP passes on my channel. I'm not gonna force you to become a member, because people liking and subscribing is enough to support me. Anyways, this level wasn't a problem, so we cleared it easily. Crazy Dave, you can't be bombing the citizens of far future. On day 4, we get introduced to a new type of world gimmick, sun bombs. During this type of level, you cannot use any sunflowers, not like we can anyways. However, sun does drop faster during this type of level. It can also explode in a 3x3 area, dealing massive damage to plants and zombies, but you have to collect it before it hits the ground or becomes a normal sun. The increased drop rate of sun allows us to create an army of cabbages. Is it the best idea? Probably not, but hey, it works. Day 5 was going smoothly until we encountered the Robocone zombie. This zombie is just really bulky. This leads us to some problems because I again only used Cabbage Pole for this level. Even though it was rough, we still cleared through the level, losing 2 lawnmowers at the final wave due to Cabbage Pole being unable to deal enough damage to the Robocones. Day 6 didn't let us pick up plants. On day 7 I tried using Cabbage Pole only, but then I realized I was gonna lose the level, so I restarted and used Blooming Heart, which made it easier to beat the level. This is because Blooming Heart's high damage can easily deal with the Robocone's high bulk. Therefore, this allows us to clear the level easily on my second attempt, losing 1 lawnmower along the way. Day 8 was a conveyor belt level. On day 9, we were only allowed to plant a maximum of 15 plants. That doesn't matter because we'll never be able to produce enough sun to plant a lot of stuff. Let me tell you a secret. Using Blooming Heart's plant food, we are able to damage the shield zombie directly. This also works with any kind of catapult, and combined with power tiles, the shield zombie can easily be dealt with. At the end of the level, we unlock whatever this guy is. If I were to physically harm a plant, it would definitely be this thing. Just look at it. On day 10, we are introduced to the Discotron 3000, which spawns 4 disco jetpack zombies around it. This level is particularly annoying because we don't have a good way to deal with flying zombies. I mean, just look how many disco zombies there were on my second attempt. On my third attempt, I figured out the melon pulse splash damage is useful to kill the disco zombies. This is way easier because the zombies would usually just clump together. Day 11, 18 was a last stand level. This level wasn't very difficult. The ability to actually be able to use Wintermelon made this level a breeze. On day 12, I figured out using Catapult's plant food and combining it with another Catapult's plant food was overpowered. Usually, using Catapult's plant food is a waste because it doesn't do any significant damage. However, its stun proves to be useful because it can slow down all the flying zombies. This proved to be an effective counter against the Discotron, proven by the fact that I didn't lose any lawnmowers. Day 13 introduces the Mecha Football Zombie, who pushes plants to the left or outside the lawn if the plant has nowhere to go. The Mecha Football Zombie honestly isn't annoying to deal with at all because they are fairly weak, and most of the time our plants are unaffected by him since they are at the back. Along with Blooming Heart's high damage output, we can easily clear the level. Why there's so many of them? On day 14, we somehow lost all of our lawnmowers. And to be honest, this level wasn't even that hard. I'm just really stupid. But hey, at the end of the day, it's the end of the day and we win the level. On day 15, we have to protect these endangered citrons, which remind me of pufferfishes for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's because they both inflate into big round balls and they both have them goofy little mouths. I lost on my first attempt because one of the zombies ate the citron. On my second attempt, I made sure that didn't happen by using plant food on the citrons, which allows us to get some invincibility frames. So we easily passed the level doing this. Day 16 was a conveyor belt level. Day 17 didn't let us pick our plants. Day 18 was a produce sun level. On this level, we had to produce 6,000 sun, which is a lot. But the sun we produce allows us to place 2 wintermelons, which deal a humongous amount of damage to the zombies. So all we need to do is stall out the last zombie, which I actually didn't fail at this time. Day 19 was another sun bomb level, so it was fairly easy to kill the zombies with wintermelons. So let's just skip to the end of the level to where Garg dies to a lawnmower. Day 20. I remember day 20 just like it was yesterday. It was hard. First of all, the plant we are defending is Starfruit, which doesn't even shoot straight. Plus it is at the front of the lawn. Secondly, there are like 20 shield zombies in this level. They are just a pain to deal with. It takes so long for them to just die. After 30 minutes of attempts, I bring out Sticky Bomb Rice, who I specifically don't use too often because it would make this challenge way easier. You could even say I use him in sticky situations. Get it? Because Sticky and Sticky Bomb Rice both have the word sticky in it? No? Okay then. You see, Sticky Bomb Rice literally just bypasses shield zombies' whole gimmick. Plus it can stun zombies, so it takes longer for them to get to the starfruit. I know this plant is broken. On my first attempt with Sticky Bomb Rice, we won. Day 21 was a produce sun level. As you all know, I really suck at these levels, since I somehow always managed to kill the last zombie before I meet the requirement. I did this twice this day. Anyways, on my third attempt, things went smoothly. I actually used Wintermelon to kill the zombies, which I should have really have thought to use beforehand, but because with all the sun I'm getting, I managed to place 11 wintermelons. Day 22 was a last stand level, so I used my signature setup once again. It didn't work. Then I actually tried to do it. I lost. And on my third attempt, I used this funky looking Catapult setup. It actually worked. If it works, I guess. On day 23, we could only use a limited amount of sun and a limited amount of plants on the lawn. Of course, this didn't stop the Blooming Heart and Melon Pulp plant food combo from actually just melting the zombies, since they both deal massive damage. This allows us to deal with multiple robocones and large groups of zombies. We easily beat this level. Day 24 was another one of those sun bomb levels. Because of this, we were able to save up for 2 wintermelons and some other heavy hitters to easily beat this level. And day 25 was the final level. Will it be possible to beat Dark Ages with only catapults? The world with jesters that can reflect projectiles wizards that can turn plants into sheep, and more. So with that in mind, let's enter night 1, which already proved to be impossible since sun doesn't drop from the sky because it's nighttime. This sucks because the only plant we can place is sapling, which doesn't do any damage. So we can't even destroy the sun graves. So we have to introduce a new plant to our roster, the gold pole. You might be asking, isn't that just gold bloom? No, it isn't. It's gold pole. What the flip is a gold bloom? A plant? That's ridiculous. Anyways, it launches sun from its flower thingies. Therefore, this makes Dark Ages beatable. Nights 1 and 2 were a breeze. Night 3 was a bit harder, however, so we did lose a couple lawnmowers. To be honest, I did accidentally use a power-up, but luckily it didn't hit any zombies, so I don't really know why I was struggling on the 3rd level, but we still beat the level first try. Night 4 was a conveyor belt level, but hey, at least it has one of my favourite plants in the game. No, I'm not talking about Cabbage Pulp. He's still very cool though. I'm talking about Hypnoshroom. Like Chomper, he isn't a very good plant, but what they have also in common is a cool design and a cool gimmick. To me, that's what makes a good plant. Why is his animation like that? Bro, he's dripping out. Bro, it's like he's slipping on a banana peel. Night 5 introduces the Jester Zombie who can spin around like a Beyblade and reflects projectiles back onto the plants. If you've watched my Lost City video, you already know how I'm gonna beat this zombie. Turkey Pult. You see, the turkey doesn't really count as a projectile because turkeys can walk. I know, shocking information right there. So it just kinda nibbles the Jester Zombie to death. I did manage to lose a lawnmower despite knowing this information because for some unknown reason I used Blooming Heart. Night 6 was a last stand level, so we just used Turkey Pult and the Sapling combo to just stall the zombies till the end of time. Is this considered abusing broken mechanics? Yes it is. You're a bit delusional if you don't think so. But hey, I've got to do what I've got to do to beat this level. Night 7 introduces the Night Zombie. It's literally just a tankier Buckethead, that's all. That's enough to annoy me because they are spammed so much throughout the Dark Ages. Even though we use Blooming Heart, it still doesn't do enough damage to kill the night zombies, so we ended up at a total loss of 3 lawnmowers. Night 8 didn't let us pick our plants. For some reason, these levels where I couldn't pick my plants were actually harder than the actual challenge itself. I don't know why. Maybe because the plants they picked for us were often mid or actually just terrible. On night 9, there were these potions which made the zombies faster or bigger. However, these performance enhanced zombies were no match for the Turkey Pult Sapling combo, which just stalled the zombies until they obviously and most definitely died of old age. Wait, can zombies even die of old age? I guess that's a question for another day. Night 10 was a conveyor belt level. Night 11 introduced the wizard zombie who can turn plants into sheep. This zombie can be really hard to deal with sometimes, but for this level he wasn't that annoying. There weren't that many wizards, to be honest. Therefore, our turkey pots can easily kill him. Night 12 was by far one of the easiest levels yet. However, I suck and forgot that the endangered puffshrooms fade over time. So we lost even though I was about to kill the final zombie. However, on my second attempt, things went smoothly and we won the level. Night 13 was a conveyor belt level. Night 14 was a produce sun level, but the game forced us to use Sunbeam as our sun production plant, which is fine because we are allowed to use any sun producing plant during this type of level. After spamming a bunch of melon pults and turkey pults, we won the level. Night 15 was our last stand level, so we did the classic turkey pult and sapling combo and cleared the level. However, there were like a million wizard zombies during this, so we did lose like 4 lawnmowers. Night 16 was dreadful. We are introduced to the king zombie, who has the power to turn basic zombies into knights. Forget about the wizard zombie. The king zombie is by far the most annoying zombie to deal with because of the fact that we can't reliably deal with the knights he summons. They are just too bulky, so we had to bring out Sticky Bomb Rice to be able to slow down and deal splash damage to the zombies. But even with Sticky Bomb Rice, we barely passed the level. With us using Sticky Bomb Rice now, Night 17 was a piece of cake. The Sticky Bomb Rice and Turkey Pult combo might actually be as effective or better than the Sapling combo, since the zombie can't eat while it's stunned, plus the Sticky Bomb Rice can actually deal damage. I actually forgot the zombies were using performance enhancing potions during this level, because this guy didn't even get to step on the first tile. Night 18 didn't let us pick our plants. This level, for some reason, was really hard that I had to use power-ups because the plants were just so mediocre. Don't worry, since we didn't get to pick our plants this level, so it doesn't count. On night 19, we had to protect these endangered magnet shrooms, which was easy enough with the sheer power of Sticky Bomb Rice. I've also realized just now, I've forgotten to tell you that Sticky Bomb Rice bypasses the Jester's spin ability. This again proves why this plant is broken. Also, Magnet Shroom seems more alive in this game for some reason compared to the first Plants vs Zombies game. I don't know why I said that. I just felt like I had to point that out. Night 20 was the final level.
Sunflower. We're finally here, Neon Mixtape Tour. A lot of you guys said this was going to be the hardest world yet. Okay then, so let's find out. Day 1 was just like any first level of PvZ2. Pretty boring. Do you know what's not boring? The music. I'm pretty sure people either heavily dislike the Neon Mixtape music or absolutely love it. Personally, I'm part of the Neon Mixtape Tour music lovers. But to all those who hate on the Neon Mixtape Tour music, please tell me why in the comments below.
Anyways, I used Catapult because this guy said so. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. I'll put it on the screen right now. Honestly, it wasn't at all a bad idea, at least for the first couple of levels. Then we unlock Fat Beat, a really bad plant in my opinion, because in every single bloody conveyor belt level, this guy just gets one shot by literally everything before Fat Beat can even get a single hit off. At least he has a cool design. Day 2 introduces us to the emo zombie, who has a dangerous amount of metal objects attached to his body. Well, I guess you could say he's never gonna have an iron deficiency, because with all those metal objects lodged inside of his body, he basically becomes that one guy from JoJo who can turn his blood into stuff made of iron. Anyways, this guy starts kicking your plants if his favorite type of music is playing. Talk about being disrespectful. Day 3 is a conveyor belt level introducing the cactus plant, who, did you know, is actually a girl? I know, shocking information, since I'm usually the one forgetting what gender the plants are. Heck, I didn't even know most plants had genders. Anyways guys, please don't cancel me in the comments below for getting a plant's gender wrong. In a fictional game about plants, you have the ability to kill zombies using chemical warfare, a warfare tactic banned in 1925 due to the Geneva Protocol. I mean, I guess it's okay to use against zombies, I guess. This level was pretty easy because Cactus does piercing damage in this game. Day 4 made us use the most random selection of plants: Fat Beet, Sunflower, and Spikeweed. Anyways, it still allowed us to pick some of our plants, so it was fine. The world showed us one of the many reasons why it's hard: the buckethead spam. In this world, it feels like there are way too many bucketheads. I actually had to restart this level. If I were to rate how annoying the buckethead spam is out of 10, almost annoying as the night spam, which doesn't even make sense because I'm not even rating it out of 10. Anyways, we used the Catapult method thanks to this guy on the screen, and we won the level. On day 5, we had to protect these endangered Fat Beet, quite possibly the worst plant in the entire game. So we sort of like lost around 5 times, which is way more than it probably should have been. Then I realized, if you have some problems to deal with, you should probably just throw a turkey at it. Can't find a job? Throw a turkey at your employer. Failing at school? Throw a turkey at your teacher. They'll be so shocked, in a good way of course. In game of course, just like in PvZ2, where we throw our turkeys at the zombies and we win the level. Day 6 is a conveyor belt level that introduces the roller skater zombie, who is pretty annoying because she literally can create a literal force field behind her if the right music is playing. Also, I forgot to mention that she one-shots plants like half the things in this world do. Day 7 was the day where I finally gave in and used Sticky Bomb Rice. It only took 7 days for this to happen, which is crazy. I mean, just look how many zombies there were on screen. Far too many, I can say, which is just the perfect situation for Sticky Bomb Rice, since it does splash damage and can stall for a little bit. Perfect for crowd control. Day 8 was literally the same thing as day 7, but with more bucket heads. I don't really know what to say about this level, since Sticky Bomb Rice literally took care of them all. But I do have to say something very important. Do you prefer the punk guy theme or the skater girl theme? Personally, I'd go with the skater girl theme, but I'd see why someone would prefer the punk guy theme. Day 9 didn't let us pick our plants. Instead, PopCap actually cooked with this level design and made an interesting level. We have to produce 2,000 sun with these sunflowers placed at the front, which get kicked back by the emo zombies. This, however, embarrassingly took me a few attempts to beat, but nevertheless, we beat the level using our underpowered pea shooters. Day 10 was a conveyor belt level, which was pretty boring. But hey, we got to use the Fine Warp. I think he's a pretty cute looking guy. Look at him. How could you not love him? Day 11 didn't let us pick our plants. Jesus Christ, they really gave us 20 levels in the first 11 levels, where you can't even pick a single plant. At this point, this is just going to be a normal let's play of Plants vs Zombies, but at least I get to ask another very important question. What do you prefer, the 3-piecer from Plants vs Zombies 1 or the one from the second game? The first one looks more unique, but the second one looks more polished. I think I prefer the first one. There might be some nostalgia bias in there, but it just looks way more unique in a good way. On day 12, we are finally able to use our catapults again. However, just like all good things in life, it comes at a cost. First of all, we have to fight our first Skarg, which kinda sucks. And we also have to fight the guy with the cool sunglasses and the microphone, who can insta-kill any plant in a 3x3 radius. Honestly, it wasn't that hard to beat, so we beat the level on the first try. Day 13 was a last stand level, which means we finally get to use Wintermelon, probably my favorite catapult in the entire game. Being able to slow down zombies while doing splash damage is such a cool thing to do. Just seeing the mass amount of destruction you can do with this plant is so satisfying. You just know no matter how hard they try, they'll never lay a finger on your plants. Day 14 didn't let us pick our plants, but hey, at least we got to use Cactus and Fine Warp, which are some cool plants to use. Everyone knows the cooler the plant is, the better it is. Apart from Chomper and Hypno Shroom. Those poor guys unfortunately just suck, so we easily beat the level. On day 15, we have to protect the worst plant in the entire game, Bat Beat, which honestly went better than I expected since it only took 2 attempts to beat this level. On the first attempt, the zombies were a bit too fast, so on the second attempt, I decided to use Sapling, which actually worked, and combined with Sticky Bomb Rice, the zombies were slowed down significantly, allowing us to win the level with the Fat Beat unharmed. Finally, we're halfway there. Day 16 was a conveyor belt level. I don't usually use power-ups in conveyor belt levels, or levels where I can't pick my plants, even though it's not against the rules since I'm not using catapults during those levels. I just had to for this level. I almost beat it without any power-ups, but then this time walk decided to not work, so I have to use a power-up to beat this Skarg. Day 17 introduces these spinny zombies. Honestly, they weren't that bad right now, but they were still extremely annoying since I can't hit the zombies with Sticky Bomb Rice because the spinny zombies kicks them up in the air, making stalling with Sticky Bomb Rice ineffective. However, Sticky Bomb Rice was able to brute force itself through the level, and so we win. Day 18 was more or less the same thing as day 17, so this is my chance to ask you a favor to comment something funny if you're new here. I literally don't care if you put something unhinged. In fact, that's even better. The fact is, my comment section is even more barren than the Sahara Desert, probably because I make the worst jokes in my videos. Plus, I've not been uploading. My bad. So, in order to revive this channel, please comment something. Other than first, day 19 was another conveyor belt level. However, this time it introduces the Electric Blueberry, who looks like a cool guy. Look at him. How could you not love him? He can one-shot any zombie. However, it has a long cooldown and also doesn't always target the strongest zombies because it's random on what thing it decides to kill. Day 20 was like a harder version of day 18. Since on the last wave, the game decided to spam multiple bucket heads, causing us to lose 2 lawnmowers. Day 21 was impossible, at least I thought so. In fact, we technically still have 1 more catapult to use, You might have noticed that this challenge isn't called the ornament challenge. This is because plants like the wintermelon and pepperpult aren't actually ornaments. Instead, I'm going off Google's definition of a catapult, which has been the rule since the first episode, which is to hurl or launch something with or as with a catapult. Okay, I guess it's time to introduce you to my new secret weapon, Chadguard. Chadguard? Chadguard. Yeah, Chadguard. Chadguard, why not? If we read the description for Chadguard, Chadguards are defensive blockers which can hurl zombies backwards, and he's also apparently a wrestler, which is pretty cool. Okay, now it's time for me to explain why this level is so difficult. Sit back and relax, because it's gonna take a while. First of all, you have to store these 3 zombies as long as possible to get the maximum amount of sun before the next wave. We then kill the 2 zombies with a sticky bomb rice and the 1 emo zombie at the bottom using this cool lawnmower feature. After that, we have 2 sticky bomb rice ready to kill any zombies. However, then we encounter our main problem, these silly little spinner zombies, which basically push the zombie in front of it further forward, therefore making it easier for the zombies to cross the flower line. However, we do have a counter to this, which is Chadguard, which pushes the zombies backwards. After that, the next wave comes, which has more spinner zombies. However, after they've done spinning, we can use our plant food on sticky bomb rice to kill them. Unfortunately, they're immune to the plant food when they're spinning, so we just have to deal with the zombies being a little further ahead than usual. Luckily, we have Chadguard to knock the zombies back. The next big threat is a guard, but luckily we can use Chadguard again to knock him back. However, at the same time, there are like 10 spinner zombies on the lawn ready to cause chaos, and unfortunately we don't have 10 Chadguards, so we have to use the Chadguard wisely, up until this zombie dies and gives us plant food, allowing us to wipe the board free of any spinner zombies. That then triggers the final wave, which contains a second Garg and 2 more spinner zombies. We have a really close call with the spinner zombie at the top, but luckily the conehead didn't go past the flower line. We eventually killed the first Garg, allowing us to stall the second to death with sticky bomb rice and Chadguard. This level took me 3 hours to beat, and even with Chadguard, it still took over an hour to beat. Day 22 was a conveyor belt level where we had to use Spore Shroom, which has a cool concept of cloning itself once it kills a zombie. Okay, I actually have a really important question. Is Spore Shroom a catapult? Like, he's not even that good of a plant, but he's a cool looking guy. I want to be able to use him, even though I probably never will. Anyways, this level was a piece of cake. Day 23 introduces the arcade zombie, which is a bit annoying since it summoned these pixelated zombies. But nevertheless, we still cleared through the level. Day 24 was a last stand level which we easily breezed through with wintermelon and sticky bomb rice. I don't even know what happened on day 25. For one moment it was fine, and on the next it felt like the whole population of China was gonna trample over me. Like, look how many zombies there were on the final wave. Anyways, it was fine because the Moes took care of the rest. On day 26 we had to protect these Spore Shrooms, which was easy enough, since we just let the emo zombies push them back, and then we sat back and relaxed and watched the sticky bomb rice take care of the rest. Day 27 was a conveyor belt level where nothing really interesting happened. On day 28, we struggled a bit to beat this level. This was because the guy with the cool looking afro had the ability to stun every single plant for like 10 seconds. Therefore, I just lost on my first attempt. However, on my second attempt, we clutched things up and won the level. Same goes for day 29. I was so close to beating this level, however, this guy wouldn't bloody die and we lost. However, I learnt my lesson and decided to counter it with the turkey pole, winning us the next attempt. On day 30, they just spammed everything they had at us. However, it was no match for our catapults. The real MVP for this level was Turkey Pult, because it was able to deal with multiple Gargs and we won the level. And that's pretty much it, because day 31 didn't let us pick our plants, and day 32 was the final boss level.
Sunflower.
Day 1 kinda sucked, because I embarrassingly lost on the easiest level of this world on my first attempt. On the second attempt, I used Blooming Heart because of this stupidly tanky zombie wearing a Triceratops helmet, which doesn't even make any sense because we don't even see a Triceratops in Jurassic Marsh. There weren't even any dinosaurs yet, and I'm already struggling. Day 2 is where things already started to go south with the introduction of the blue dinosaur, which may be the easiest dinosaur to deal with. It's still a pain in the ass. This guy literally kicks the zombies forward, causing us to restart the level and use Sticky Bomb Rice, who can easily counter the blue dino by stunning the zombie. Day 3 was a conveyor belt level. Day 4 was pretty easy since Sapling might actually be one of the best plants in this world, because it's able to halve the speed of the zombies, which is useful because all the zombies are always up in your face. Because of Sapling, we were able to win without losing any mows. Day 5 was also pretty easy. Wait, that's all? That's all I wrote. Why did I only write? Day 5 was also pretty easy, like... What? What was easy about day 5, bro? Anyways, you'll see what was pretty easy about day 5 on the screen, I guess. Day 6 introduced us to the Stegosaurus, which can randomly fling a zombie to a different lane, which doesn't really matter because we are using Sticky Bomb Rice for that sweet multi-lane coverage. Even with the introduction of the Stego, we still beat the level first try without losing mows along the way. Day 7 was a conveyor belt level which was pretty easy because you could literally plant the walnut on top of the flower line, which meant that the zombies could never trample the flowers. Day 8 felt a tad bit harder than the other levels. Apart from that, it was nothing special. But why do the lawnmowers look alive? Is it being possessed or something? Because it's literally moving. Do I have to hire an exorcist or something to get rid of the evil spirit possessing this thing? Like, that's not normal, bro. Day 9 didn't let us pick our plants, but we did get the Riz Shroom, which is pretty cool because you could Riz up the dinosaurs. Like that prehistoric Riz is crazy, you know? Day 10 had to be the hardest day yet because they introduced a new dinosaur, the Pterodactyl. This dino picks up a zombie, flies to the back, and flips it around, just like the miner zombie from the first game. Even Sticky Bomb Rice has the ability to shoot backwards. It just doesn't do that for some reason though. So we have to use Chadguard, which can counter the Pterodactyl by just fling the zombies in front of the Sticky Bomb Rice. Even though we used Chadguard, we still lost 3 mowers. Day 10 was followed by day 11, where nothing too special happened. On day 12, we had to fight some Gargs, which weren't that hard to deal with at all due to Chadguard just flinging them back. Day 13 was also nothing too special, we just killed all the zombies with Sticky Bomb Rice. Day 15 was pretty easy. All we had to do was defend the walnuts and win. Okay, this is kind of getting bland, I can't even lie. Like, what are these descriptions? Why are they so short? Like, there's literally nothing. When it gets to this point, there's literally nothing to say. This was then followed by day 16, another conveyor belt level. Day 17 was also a fairly basic day, so we beat the level without any struggle. In fact, I don't even think we've used Chadguard for a fairly long time now. Day 18 is where all things went to dust, because of this one goofy looking dinosaur, the T-Rex. This dino literally makes things go hyperspeed, which isn't good since we won't be able to deal enough damage to them. This level definitely took at least 10 plus attempts. However, we actually figured out how to counter this stupid little T-Rex, which was the sapling coming in clutch. The thing is, slowness negates the speed buff, therefore making the Rexes easy to kill. After I figured that out, we barely managed to beat the level. On day 19, we got to use the Snapdragon's more edgy variant, the Cold Snapdragon, which was pretty cool. Get it? Because Cold Snapdragon is literally cool? No? Okay then. Day 20 was a Produce Sun level, so we easily beat this level with the abundance of sun I could produce. We don't talk about day 21, because it's day 21. I swear day 21's always the hardest day in every single world. I mean, just look at my first attempt. The problem was that we had to deal with too many zombies in too many rows. Even if we were only actively using 2 rows because of Sticky Bomb Rice's coverage, it still wouldn't be enough to hold back the zombies from eating the plants. So what if I told you using 1 row would allow us to beat this level? Introducing the Sling Pea. We use the Sling Pea to defend all rows while only using 1. This allows us to be more sun efficient and spend more sun on defense, such as Charge Guard and Saplings in the other rows. And with the power of the P, we win the level. Day 22 was a last stand level, so we just spammed a bunch of wintermelons to kill all the zombies. Day 23 was like day 21, but except I actually knew how to counter the stuff. So with a couple of attempts and losing all my mows along the way, we eventually beat the level. On day 24, we managed to place a bunch of Sling Peas. So with the power of slinging and peeing, wait, peeing? Do you know what? We'll actually just roll with it. We beat the level. I thought it couldn't get any worse than the T-Rex, but I was proven wrong on day 25, which introduces the bloody Ankylosaurus, which literally pushes the zombies into our front line. This took multiple attempts, but eventually we pulled through. Day 26 was quite possibly worse though, because of Mr. Crazy Dave's silly little mold colonies, and also because literally every single type of dinosaur was in this level. However, we somehow managed to clear this level in a few attempts, which I think was because of sheer luck. Day 27 was a last stand level, which could have been smoother because I lost a mower. Day 28 was pretty hard considering I lost all my mowers, but that's fine because I beat the level first try. Was this pretty lucky? Yes, it was. Look at this clutch by Chadgard right here. If I'd been a millisecond slower, we probably would have lost. Day 29 didn't let us pick our plants. Day 30 had 4 bloody flags. Just let me leave, EA. I don't want to play Jurassic Marsh anymore. I don't want to suffer anymore. I'm bored, man. Anyways, we beat the level. Day 31 didn't let us pick our plants, and day 32 was the final boss level.
Sunflower.
The first day was a breeze. Sling Pea and Chardguard made quick work of the zombies. I know I was supposed to save Chardguard for later, but why not go all out on the first level? Easy peasy. On day 2, we tackled a relatively straightforward 3 flag level. Although it wasn't the most exciting challenge, we managed to conquer it with the help of Sticky Bomb Rice and Sling Pea. On day 3, I unleashed the mighty Chomper, one of my all-time favorite plants in the franchise. I think he has one of the best designs in the game. On day 4, I discovered that Sapling seems pretty useless in Big Wave Beach because it can't slow down the zombies in the water. Considering that most of the level is water, there doesn't seem to be much point in using it. On day 5, I encountered one of those boring conveyor belt levels. These levels are the worst because they always give us the most useless plants like pea shooter and walnut. No offense, but these plants are downright terrible. On day 6, we meet the snorkel zombie for the first time. It's irritating that Sling Pea and Sticky Bomb Rice cannot take him down while he's underwater, unlike the cabbage pole. I wonder why that is. On day 7, we faced a new challenge with no land in sight. To overcome this obstacle, we had to get creative and use plant food on the pre-placed lily pads to carve out space for our defense. I also decided to test out Spore Shroom for the first time. I was eager to see if it could multiply on water. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It would have been so cool if it did though. On day 8, we had a blast going bowling. It was a cool throwback to Walnut Bowling from the first game. I absolutely love the orange ball. It has the funniest, goofiest face on it. Day 9 was a bit of a challenge. We couldn't plant on land due to those pesky mold colonies. On top of that, we had to deal with a dozen snorkel zombies. It was an unexpected sight. But in the end, we cleared the level easily. On day 10, we tackled another conveyor belt level this time, introducing the bowling bowl. We breezed through this level with ease. On day 11, a new foe, the surfer zombie, made an appearance. Dealing with it wasn't too tricky, as it could be stunned by sticky bomb rice. The real trouble started when it reached shore and began wrecking my plants with its surfboard. Day 12 was a last stand level. We managed to defeat the zombies using a powerful combo of wintermelon, sticky bomb rice, and sling pea to take down hordes of zombies with ease. On day 13, we had a great time trying to beat the level. It took a couple of attempts because we had to strategically plant on top of the lily pads. Thankfully, it was a produced sun level, so we made sure to use sunflowers to our advantage. By stalling out the zombies long enough, we successfully met the 2000 sun production requirement and breezed through the level. Day 14 didn't let us pick our plants, but hey, at least I got to use a Mr. Machompy Chomp again. Day 15 was a bit of an annoying level. We had to protect these potato mines from making contact with the zombies, or otherwise we would lose the level. This level did take me a couple attempts to beat due to the pesky combination of the surfer and snorkel zombies. However, we were able to beat the level with the power of the turkey pulp and sticky bomb rice. Day 16 was a conveyor belt level where we could use the bowling bulb and chomper once again. Day 17 introduces the octo zombie. This zombie can disable our plants by hurling an octopus that wraps around them. It definitely makes Big Wave Beach more problematic, but luckily we haven't seen too many of them yet. So we breezed through the level. Day 18 was a conveyor belt level, featuring the guacadile, who's a pretty awesome plant, but honestly, he isn't that great as an attacking plant, but if you use him as an insta-kill plant, he's pretty freaking good. Day 19 was a real challenge, but we powered through. Although we couldn't select most of our plants, the game blessed us with the kernel pulp, even though I wasn't planning on using it. Instead, I unleashed the power of the sling pea and sticky bomb rice to fend off the relentless horde of zombies. I kind of forgot to record day 20, 21, and 22, so I had to redo them. Day 20 was an absolute nightmare. It took me over a dozen attempts to conquer that incredibly difficult level. The challenge was real. We only had a single row to plant on, which was a major bummer. And to make things even worse, the lily pad formation didn't help us at all. We couldn't even take advantage of planting on top of them. The octo zombies made things even worse. There were like 5 of them in this level, plus sticky bomb rice didn't even work against those pesky octopuses that were wrapped around our plants. However, the turkey pulp turned out to be surprisingly effective against the octo zombies. After countless attempts, we finally emerged victorious. Day 21 was another boring conveyor belt level. On day 22, we encountered our biggest challenge yet, the fisherman zombie. This fisherman zombie has the ability to reel in our plants and instantly drown them in the water. Although they weren't much of a problem in this level due to their scarcity, I soon realized that they would become my worst nightmare in future levels. On day 23, we got to use the banana launcher, which I do consider a catapult, because it looks like a pretty cool plant. However, we did have to protect them, which sucked, since the fisherman zombie could reel them in the water and one-shot them, which would cause us to lose the level. Day 24 was another bowling level. Day 25 was an intense battle, the toughest level yet. I initially skipped this level because it was that hard. It was infested with fisherman zombies, at least 10 of them. As if that wasn't challenging enough, the octo zombies and gargs, incredibly tough foes, were also roaming around. At first, I thought it was impossible without the banana launcher. However, it was too costly to use, but with a stroke of inspiration, I devised a new strategy. I used turkey pulp to take down the octo zombies and fishermen, and sticky bomb rice to deal with the rest of the horde, constantly digging up plants for extra value, and cleverly using sapling as bait. We fought through numerous attempts and emerged victorious in the end. Day 26 was another conveyor belt level. Wait,
Wait a second. Zoom in. Do you see that? The banana is sad because you aren't subscribed. Subscribe to make the banana happy. And while you're down there, also tickle that like button. On day 27, we didn't get to pick most of our plants. This seems challenging at first because 1. There is no land. 2. Octo zombie. 3. Fisherman zombie. However, there weren't too many zombies in this level, so we managed to easily clear it. On day 28, I encountered some serious challenges as I could only afford to lose a maximum of 5 plants. The Fisherman Zombie and Surfer Zombie were causing me a lot of pain with their ability to instantly kill any plant. However, I came up with a crazy strategy to dig up the lily pads on the sides of the lawn, and to my surprise, it worked. It seemed like the level became less cluttered, and somehow I managed to clinch the victory with this unexpected move. Day 29 was a last stand level, which we easily beat with the power of the winter melon. Okay, ignore what I said about the last couple of levels, because day 30 was actually the most difficult level yet. You see, even if a singular atomic particle touches these crocodiles, we lose the level. So after like 40 minutes worth of attempts, I came up with a strategy. First, we killed a couple zombies with sticky bomb rice, then we would kill the fisherman zombies with turkey pot. Then we killed this octo zombie with a mower, then killed this garg with turkey pot, while using sapling as a bait for the fisherman zombie behind it. Then we used 2 plant food to kill the fisherman, after we stall with charred guard to let the octo zombies take care of the crocodile, so the zombies can walk into the mows and eventually die. Then we finish killing the rest of them with sticky bomb rice. And that's it, because day 31 was a conveyor belt level, and day 32 was the final boss level of Big Wave Beach.
I'm just gonna say it now. Modern day is impossible because of these 2 zombies and 1 absurd level. This world makes Big Wave Beach look like a cakewalk. So, how did it go? Day 1 introduces a new world gimmick, portals, which appear in a total of 9 times in modern day. This level was pretty straightforward. We used the turkey and sticky bomb rice to clear the level. The octo zombie makes its return on day 2. Honestly, this did take a couple of attempts, but in the end we managed to beat this level mowerless. Day 3 was a conveyor belt level. Day 4 decided to spam a bunch of imps for some unknown reason. Anyways, thanks to Sticky Bomb Rice's splash damage, this level was an easy clear. The Lost City zombies were pretty easy to deal with on day 5. However, we did discover one of the main reasons why modern day is the hardest world yet in the Catapults Only challenge. The newspaper zombie. Whenever you break his newspaper, this zombie literally gains plot armor. When running, it's like a 10% chance this guy will actually be hit by a catapult. Forget about the jester and parasol zombie. This guy's the real deal. Day 6 was a bit harder because of the annoying combination of the wizard and tent zombies. However, this level was a produced sun level, so we could just spam plants and win. Day 7 took ages to beat because of the octo zombie. I swear there were more octo zombies in this level than any Big Wave Beach level. The best way to describe this level and modern day as a whole is irritating. But do you know what's not irritating? Beguiled. These levels were just so much fun to play. Without Beguiled, I might have gone insane whilst playing modern day. This was then followed by a day where I couldn't pick my plants. Day 10 was oh so pretty hard because of all the flying zombies, since Sticky Bomb Rice can't hit him. There were also a bunch of gargs, but they were easily dealt with by the turkey. Day 11 was one of the easiest levels in this world. The turkey could take care of the piano and mecha football zombies, since they couldn't really fight back. However, we did unfortunately lose a mower due to a newspaper zombie. On day 12 we encountered some dinosaurs, which were pretty annoying to deal with. A chicken wrangler also messed us up quite a bit, since it caused us to lose 2 mowers. But after all that chaos, we made it to the final wave and killed the garg using the turkey. Day 13 was another beguiled level. I don't know why, but day 15 took quite a long time. I think it was due to the balloon zombies flying past my defenses,
which caused me to reset a couple of times. And it was also partially due to the fact that I forgot to protect my nuts. Get? Nuts? No? Alright. Day 16 was an actually interesting conveyor belt level. Great job, Popcat. You deserve a gold star. This was because they spammed a bunch of gargs. On day 17, I tested out the dust globber, which was pretty alright. I mean, when it's unpowered, it's like meh. 5 out of 10. But what I will say though is plant food is pretty good. So actually it's more like a 6 out of 10. On day 18, we encountered a bunch of bull zombies, which were for some reason really annoying to deal with. I'm pretty sure that I just forgot how to deal with them. Day 19 was a conveyor belt level featuring the escape route. It has to be one of the most confusing plants in this game. At first, I was really confused on how to use it. Day 20 was pretty straightforward, apart from the fact that I lost all my mows. I found the balloon zombies to be pretty annoying to deal with, since Sticky Bomb Rise is unable to hit him. Day 21 was when things really spiked in difficulty. Do you want to know why? It was because of the All-Star zombie, which is basically immune to catapults because of its speed, and it also destroys a plant on impact. Basically the worst zombie to deal with in the entire game. We had to introduce another catapult to deal with this guy. Introducing the Ornament, who is basically the best catapult in the entire game. First of all, it costs 0 sun, and it basically kills most zombies on the lawn whilst powering up ornaments. I can't believe I made it all the way here without using this guy. Day 22 was another beguiled level. On day 23, the balloon zombies were really pissing me off. So I used the apple mortar, which can actually hit the balloon zombies, which was nice. This plant can shoot 3 projectiles in 3 lanes, which stuns the zombies for a short period of time. Day 24 did not go very smoothly. First of all, guess who's back? If you guessed the All-Star zombie, you would be correct. And he's also back with his friend, the Kamikaze Imp, which gets fucking pelted by the All-Star zombie to our back line and bloody explodes. Safe to say, we did not have any mows still standing after this one. Day 25 was a pretty creative conveyor belt level, but tell me why they had to put all the fun levels at the end of the game. Day 26 was a nightmare. The combination of the All-Star zombie and the Disco zombies was not fun to play against at all. They also brought back the fucking dinosaurs. Honestly, this challenge would have been impossible without Charred Guard, due to how underpowered the catapults are, and also due to how expensive they all are. Seriously, one apple mortar costs 250 sun. That's way too overpriced. Day 27 was another beguiled level. We actually got to use Dust Globber to its full potential on day 28, due to the fact that we could use Moonflower since it was a produced sun level. Dust Globber, when powered, is a 10 out of 10 catapult. Unfortunately, we don't get to use him. Actually looked like we were going to lose on day 29, but Ornament has to be the best catapult since it literally killed every single zombie during the final wave. Like 1/3 of modern day wouldn't even be possible without Ornament. Day 30 was impossible. I don't even think I have to explain why. First of all, it's impossible to get a wall of Charred Guards without running out of sun for attacking plants. Second of all, there are newspaper and all-star zombies in this level, which run away too fast. And if you couldn't see already, there is a bloody flower line, which means we couldn't let the zombies cross it, otherwise we'd lose. So I gave up and resorted to using a Moonflower to beat the level. This was then followed by a pretty easy day 31, which Sticky Bomb Rice easily cleared. Then day 32, day 33, and day 34 were all boss levels. So that means this challenge is finally over. Since I also went back and redid day 23 of Wild West and 1, we managed to beat 311 levels of 312 levels of PvZ2 using catapults only. That's 99.6% of the game. And you know what? Even though I failed at the challenge, I'm still proud of myself since it felt like I did the impossible. This was my first time beating the game, Although I've played through Plants vs Zombies 2 before, I've never had the motivation to make it all the way to the end. And I feel I at least have to get a bonus point for effort. So make that 100%. And just like that, we beat Plants vs Zombies 2 with catapults only. Subscribe and join the Discord and have a good day. Woo!